Hi there, and welcome to this presentation where you're going to learn the system that has allowed me to ditch the 9 to 5 and build a freedom business from zero to $1 million in only 3 years, and how you can use that same system to create more freedom in your life too. So I'm just curious, how does this sound? No alarm clock, no boss, money in the bank, and the time and freedom to do what you want whenever you want. Now, typically, this is how we're told to live our life. Go to school, get good grades, go to university, get a job, work for the next 40 or 50 years, and then retire at 65 or 70 on 40% of the wage that you were struggling to live off in the first place. And that's when you're meant to start living your life. Now, where is the freedom in that? So, what does freedom mean to you? Maybe it means you don't have to struggle to pay the bills each week and dread when the mailman comes in case there's another bill that you can't pay. Maybe freedom means that you don't have to go to a job that you hate and dread Monday mornings. Maybe it means that you can become a stay-at-home parent and you don't have to send your kids off to daycare every day because you need to go to a job to be able to pay the bills. Or maybe freedom to you means being able to travel more or live a location-free laptop lifestyle full of fun and adventure. Or maybe it means finding a way off that hamster wheel where it seems like it doesn't matter what you do, you can never get ahead. So firstly, let me introduce myself. My name is Matt Jolly, and here in this picture with my now wife Karina, and we live on the Gold Coast in Australia. Now when this picture was taken, we had only been dating a few months, and we were so happy to have finally found the person that we wanted to spend the rest of our life with. But what those smiles were actually hiding was something completely different. What was really happening was we were in deep financial trouble. And like I said, we'd only been dating a few months, but because my business wasn't profitable, and in fact, we're actually going backwards about $300 every week, we were actually trying to live off Karina's wage. And her wage was barely enough for her to survive, let alone support me as well. So we knew we wanted to get married, buy a house, travel, and do all of those things that a young couple wanted to do, but we actually had no idea how we're ever going to be able to do it. And it was about this time that I got introduced to a way to create a second income stream online when really everything changed for us. So we started our online business in the pockets of time we had spare around our already busy lives. And at first it was just a couple of $100 a week that was coming in, and it just allowed us really to keep our head above water. But then it was the occasional $1,000 weeks that started to become more and more regular, and it really allowed us to start finally saving for our wedding and our future. Then it started to grow and grow, and eventually we were able to retire Karina from her 9 to 5 job completely. And for me, by the end of our first year, I was able to quit my business, and we were earning a multiple six-figure per year income. Now, 4.5, 5 years later, we are living a life that we never thought was going to be possible. You know, top income earners within a company and just changing our lives forever. So here you've got 5-star holidays that we've been sent on to Cambodia, San Diego, Fiji, all around the world. But the most important thing is that we're actually both able to be stay-at-home parents to our beautiful girls, and there's nothing quite like the opportunity to watch your kids grow up without having to go off to a job every day. And the great thing is, it's not just us that's had success in this. Our good friends and business partners, Stacey and Andras, have earned over $250,000 in their home business since they joined us. And now they split their time between living in Australia and the UK because that's the sort of freedom that this opportunity allows you to create. So what I'd like to share with you today is the 3 secrets that have taken me from broke and almost bankrupt to earning over $1 million in my freedom business in only 3 years. And how by following a step-by-step system, you too can create an additional income stream that can help you create more time and freedom in your life as well. So what I want to ask you is, are you living your ideal life right now? No? And why not? Generally, it comes down to one or a combination of these 2 things. You don't have enough time and you don't have enough money. And what I've found the key to living an amazing life is having both time and money. Because when you have both of those 2 things, what you have is freedom. But really, freedom, all it is all about choice. So why is having choice important? Because when every decision you make doesn't have to come down to whether you can afford it or whether you have the time to do it, life starts to become a whole lot more interesting. So take a moment to think, what does your version of an ideal life look like? What would you do if time and money were of no object? Now remember that situation I spoke of right at the start. No alarm clock, no boss, money in the bank, and the time and freedom to do what you want whenever you want. If you're in that situation, who would you be spending your time with? Where would you be living? What sort of car would you drive? And where would you go on holiday? And how much money would be in your bank account? So based on your current situation that you're in right now, if you were to make some more money, what would you have to do? Work more hours? Hope you get a promotion? Ask for a raise? And what's the likelihood that what you're doing right now is going to let you live your ideal life or even close to it at any time in the future? So if we want a different outcome for our life, how do we do it? Well, I've discovered that there are 3 secrets to creating a freedom lifestyle. So secret number 1 is there are 3 sources of income. And if you focus on the wrong one, you'll spend your entire life broke. Secret number 2 is how being a salesperson can actually be harmful for your business, and the one thing you need to get good at in order to create a massive income. And secret number 3, the ultimate time hack that allows anyone, regardless of how busy you are, the time to build a freedom business. So let's take a look at secret number 1, the 3 sources of creating income. And if you're focusing on the wrong one, you'll spend your entire life broke. So let's take a look at those 3 sources of income. You've got a linear income, where essentially the number of hours you worked is going to determine how much pay you get. You work for 40 hours, you get paid for 40 hours. So this is what majority of the people understand as a job. Type of income number 2 is residual income. Now, a few years ago, before my online business, I really didn't understand what this was, but essentially it's income that's paid on an ongoing basis long after the initial work has been done. Then you've got the third type, which is passive income, acquiring assets that produce an income. So think there real estate, stocks and shares, things like that. So which side of this equation are you on? On the left-hand side, you've got active, where 95% of the population sit, but only sharing 5% of the wealth. So you've got your employee, where you have a job, all the money that you get is dependent on the amount of time and effort that you put in. Then underneath that, you've got a small business. And I know as a previous small business owner, you really just own a job. There's very little leverage, and still the amount of work you do is what determines your income. Then we move over to the right-hand side, the passive or residual side, where 5% of the population sharing 95% of the wealth. So at the top there, you've got a business owner, where you own a system and you have people or a system working for you to generate income. And it's not just dependent on the amount of work that you do. And below that, you've got the investor, where you own investments and you actually have your money working for you to create more money. So my goal really here in this presentation is show you how ordinary people can move from that left-hand side of the equation to the right-hand side of the equation. So why is residual income even important? Because if you're just relying on that linear income, which means you're trading your time for money, the day you stop working is the day you stop getting paid. What if you want to go traveling for 6 months? Will your job keep paying you? What if you lost your job? How long would you be able to survive and pay your bills? What happens if you want to start a family? Will you get a maternity pay, and how long for? And what about that ideal life we talked about earlier? When do you ever get to live that? As one of the richest men in the world, Warren Buffett says, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. But residual income, you might be confused and think it's reserved for the rich and famous. People like authors that write a best-selling book, and every time that book sells a copy, then they're getting paid over and over again. Or maybe a music artist. They record a song, and every time it gets played or is purchased, they earn a residual income. Or even creators of an app or courses or things like that, where again, you create it once and then get paid over and over again. But if you're sitting there watching this presentation right now, do you have any plans to release a best-selling song or book or create an app or anything like that in the future? So if not, how does an ordinary person have the opportunity to create a residual income? Well, the best way to create a residual income and a freedom lifestyle is through starting a home-based business and the business model of network marketing. Now, at this point, it's important to note 100% of people outside of network marketing don't understand it, and 90% of people in network marketing also don't understand it. So what exactly is network marketing? You know what? You're probably doing it right now without even realizing it. Every time you recommend a good hairdresser to your friends, you're doing it. Every time you go to a nice restaurant and you tell your friends about it, you're doing it. Every time you see a great movie and you post about it or tell somebody about it and they go and see it, you're doing it. But the only difference is you're not getting paid for it. So essentially, network marketing is sharing valuable products with customers who need them via word of mouth advertising. Secondly, you grow a network of other people doing the same. And by improving the productivity of that network, you have the potential to earn an uncapped income. Now, it's often confused with direct sales, where you earn a commission based on the number of products you personally sell. So you sell 10, you get paid a commission for 10. But in network marketing, you earn commissions based on the number of products your entire organization distributes. So, for many people, that organization could have hundreds, thousands, or tens of thousands of people distributing products. And you're earning a commission based on the purchasing of all of those products. Just a few of the other benefits, really, of network marketing: a global business that you can do from a laptop and your mobile phone anywhere in the world. There's very low startup fees, and essentially it's like a business in a box. Flexible hours that you set around your existing life, top level training and support, and most importantly, the opportunity to earn a residual income. So you might be thinking, don't you have to get in early to make any money in those things? Well, a prime example of this is the compensation history from my first 12 months since starting my online business. Now, this is by no means a guarantee of what you'll earn, but I want to show you that when I started my business, the company had been around for 12 years already. So it wasn't a ground floor opportunity. It wasn't get in first and they're the only people that make money. 12 years the company was going before I even started. And you can see here, January 2014, first month, $400, which was a great start and meant so much to us right at that time. Then the next month, $8,000, mind-blowing. You know, it started to change our life already. $5,000, $4,000, $6,000. 6 months in, $13,000 for the month. Then 23, 36. And by November of that first year, we made more in that month than many people make in a whole year. So, and then you can see at the bottom there as well, you know, over $1 million since we started building our business. And again, you know, as an earnings disclaimer, this is not a guarantee of what you'll earn. What I want to show you is the opportunity that's here in front of you. It's 100% real, and it's 100% important that you take a really serious look at this opportunity, because it has the potential to change lives every single day, and I've seen it over and over again. But the amount of money that you make is going to be determined by the amount of effort you put in. So the other thing you might be thinking is, well, don't I have to store a whole heap of product in my garage and try and sell it off to people? Absolutely not. The network marketing industry has changed a lot over the years, and everything is now done online by the company itself. So the only products that you need to worry about are the ones that you're going to consume personally. You might be thinking to yourself, is this some sort of pyramid scheme? Absolutely it's not. Now, unlike pretty much every other organization out there, schools, businesses, governments, where it's almost impossible for you to get to the top of it, when you start a home business in network marketing, you actually start at the top of your organization and then you build from below you. So everyone has the opportunity to build an amazing income and business. Let's face it, smartphones, online shopping, and social media have changed the way we do business forever. You can now build $1 million global business all from the palm of your hand. So you can either join this evolved economy and start benefiting from it, or end up sitting by and watching this revolution happen around you. A couple of people who decided to stake their claim in this new economy is Joe and Casey, who since joining us have made over $500,000 in their home business. How life-changing is that? So what have we discovered so far? I showed you in secret number 1 that if you're relying on just a linear income, you'll be stuck with the 95% of the population that will basically work until you die, because all your income is dependent on trading your time for money. But when you create a residual income through network marketing, you can begin to join the 5% of the population that's sharing 95% of the wealth. And by leveraging a system, it has the ability to create more time and freedom in your life too. So let's move on to secret number 2, how being a salesperson can actually hurt your business and the one thing you need to get good at to create a massive freedom business. So you might be thinking to yourself, wouldn't I need to become some sort of amazing salesperson to be successful in network marketing and have to sell products to thousands of people to make any real money? Well, to build a massive network marketing organization, you don't have to be a good salesperson. But what you need to become is a good teacher. So, what does this teaching actually look like then? Well, here's a basic diagram of what it takes to teach someone 3 levels deep. You teach Tom how to teach Carol to sponsor Betty. When you have 3 levels of people all following and teaching the same system and steps, then you'll start to build a solid income. Now let's put some more numbers into the equation so you can get a good understanding of how building your freedom income will actually happen. In this scenario, you've sponsored just 2 people into your business who are also looking to improve their lifestyle. Now, by teaching each of those people to find just 1 person each, when you've built down 3 levels, you now have 30 people in your organization. Not bad. But look what happens when we just find 2 more people. So when you find 5 people and teach those 5 to do the same and build that 3 levels deep, you now have 780 people in your organization. How amazing is that? And did you know that the average person knows over 600 people? Do you think out of those 600 people, there'd be at least 5 of them that want more money and freedom in their life? Absolutely. Now let's just again take a look at the difference between building a sales organization compared with a network marketing organization. So in this first diagram, we've got Charlie, who's a gun salesperson. And for him to build an organization of 780 people, he has had to personally sponsor 130 people himself and then teach each of those 130 people how to sponsor 5. Now compare this with that network marketing business model where everyone has only ever had to sponsor 5 people personally and just help those 5 to sponsor 5 and so on. Now, which of these scenarios do you think would be easier for the average person to do? Personally sponsor 130 and teach them all how to find 5? Or find 5 people yourself and teach those 5 to find 5 of their own and do that 3 times? Absolutely, the network marketing business model is way easier. Now, a real world example, I guess, of this is my own business. Since starting back in 2014, I've sponsored 125 people. Now, if this was just a direct selling model, then I would have only generated income from those 125 people. But in fact, my entire organization is now almost 20,000 people, and I've generated income from every single one of those people. So hopefully now you can see that this is about being a good teacher, not about being a good salesperson. So what does that 780 people in this example actually mean in terms of dollars? So 780 people ordering the minimum amount per month based on our company's compensation plan works out to approximately $5,200 per month. Now, what would you do with an extra $5,000 plus per month coming into your bank account? And all you had to do was find 5 people who want more time, more money, and more freedom in their life, and then teach those people how to find 5 and build that 3 levels deep. This is the power of duplication. So, the steps to creating a freedom lifestyle. You've got your existing income and job, which is what covers your expenses now, just as it is at the moment. But then you add in your home business income, which is an additional stream of income where you can earn both upfront money as well as long-term residual income. And what that gives you is freedom income. Income that allows you to pay off debt, go on holidays, afford luxuries, increase your standard of living, or even invest some to generate some passive income. You can reduce your work hours or even ditch your traditional job and earn a full-time income working part-time from your laptop. Check out what Ellen has achieved. Over $100,000 as a side income around her traditional job as well as being a mum. How awesome is that? So what have we learned? To be successful in network marketing, it's not about being a salesman to as many people as possible. What it is about is becoming a good teacher. And that of all the people you already know, 600 plus, guaranteed there'll be at least 5 of them that want more freedom in their life, but more likely 95% of them. So let's move on to secret number 3, the ultimate time hack that allows anyone, regardless of how busy you are, the time to build a freedom business. So the most important ingredient in your freedom business is leverage. As Robert Kiyosaki says, author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, all successful people have one thing in common: leverage. Leverage is the power to earn more and more while working less and less, either by having people or money working for you. So how do you use leverage in your business? You plug into the systems and tools that are already created. Step-by-step trainings, videos, webinars, just like this one you're watching right now. Ebooks, social media marketing, team building strategies. It's all already done for you. So you have leverage in both. The system that's already there that you can just plug into and plug your people into, and then you get leverage through your income, which is dependent on what your whole organization does, not just of the work that you personally do. And because of these systems, not only does it save you time, but it allows you to earn while you learn. Check out what Emily has achieved. Again, over $100,000 around raising her 3 children in her side hustle business. So let's do a quick recap. You now understand after what I showed you in secret number 1, that if you're just relying on that linear income from your job, you'll end up working until the day you die. But by building a residual income through a home business, you can create more freedom and choice in your life. And then I showed you in secret number 2 that you don't need to become a salesperson to become successful. In fact, you only need to sponsor a few people into your business that want to live a better life and work closely with them to build your organization. And by becoming a good teacher, you have the ability to build an uncapped income. And finally, by leveraging your time, you can build your side business around what you are already doing in as little as an hour a day. And by just getting good at plugging people into the existing step-by-step system that is already in place, you can start building your team and income from day 1. So why have I chosen the specific company that I have? Well, there's 3 key areas that you need to consider. Firstly, the product itself. It needs to be highly consumable, provide visible results, and have a high demand. Secondly, the company needs to have a proven track record. It needs to invest in research and development and have top-level training and resources. And thirdly, the compensation plan. There needs to be the opportunity for the average person to make both upfront money easily and build a long-term residual income without having to be a salesperson. So, how much would you be willing to invest to get your freedom business started? Now, considering a small business costs upwards of $35,000 to get started, a university degree up to $40,000 with no guarantees at the end of 3 to 5 years of studying. Franchises can be anywhere from $50,000 up to $1 million just to get your foot in the door. Real estate, $50,000 to $100,000, and that's just for a deposit. Where in network marketing, you have the ability to create a 6 or even multiple 6-figure income, often in as little as 12 months. And what if I told you, you eat your overheads, you can improve your health in the process of building your business. There's no staff, no payroll, no rent, no storing products. You choose your hours, you build it from home around your existing life, all for the price of about a cup of coffee per day. And when you combine that with the support and mentorship you receive, where you're in business for yourself but not by yourself, and we have the systems and training that will give anyone the opportunity to create a freedom lifestyle for themselves. So I'm not just looking for anyone. I invest a lot of my time and effort into the people that I sponsor into the business. And at any one time, I only work with 5 key people. So the type of people that I'm looking for this 5 at the moment, they need to be driven. They need to be motivated, committed, someone not willing to settle for an average life. They need to be coachable, able to follow a simple step-by-step system. They need to be an action taker. But most importantly, they must have a burning desire to change your situation. So you might be sitting there thinking, can I actually do this? Absolutely, you can do this. But first, you're going to have to give up that same old thinking that's been getting you the same old results. So what are you going to get? Well, initially, it's a 30-minute one-on-one strategy session with me where we can sit down and find out if this is a good fit for you. Then, if you decide to join, you get a done-for-you home business training system valued at over $5,000, a done-for-you marketing system with $10,000 value, plus ongoing one-on-one mentorship from $1 million earner, easily a $20,000 value. So you're looking at over $35,000 value, plus you get to become the healthiest you've ever been in the process, which, as you'd imagine, is priceless. Now, if all this did was allow you to get on top of your debt or pay some of your bills each month, would it be worth it? And if all this did was pay for you to take your family on holidays every year, would it be worth it? And what about if all it did was give you a way to create another income stream so you could finally get ahead and stop living week to week? Would it be worth it? And most importantly, I think, if all this did was put up a financial wall around you and your family so that you never had to stress and worry about money ever again, would it be worth it? Absolutely. So you've got 2 choices. Sit there, do nothing, have the same results, same direction for your life as you do right now. Or you start to dream again, you set some goals, and you take action with a vehicle that can allow you to make it happen. So, I'm not saying it's going to be easy. What I am saying is it's definitely going to be worth it. You've still got to put in the time and effort and commit to this, but the results and what you get out of it at the end absolutely make it worthwhile. So the question that now remains, if not this, then what? What other opportunity do you have knocking on your door that can allow you to change the total direction that your life is taking. So, are you ready to join the thousands of people that all around the world that are already on their path to going from ordinary to extraordinary lives? So the next step is to click on the button where you'll actually access my calendar, and you can set up that 30-minute strategy session, which is free and no obligation. Then we'll put a plan together to get your freedom business started. So hopefully you've got some value out of this presentation, and it's started to sink in that maybe there is something else out there that can help you to create the sort of lifestyle that you know you deserve. And I look forward to working with you to help making that happen.